What's up guys? So today I'm in Chiang Mai, or I'm back in Chiang Mai, and I just finished the 500-kilometer Mai Hong Son loop that I've been doing for about the past week and a half. And I wanted to make this video to talk about how I go about planning an itinerary for a backpacking trip, or just honestly any kind of adventure. So I just wanted to get into the steps I take to go about planning my itinerary. So I also want to start this series of videos I'm going to be calling Backpacking 101. And in these videos I'm going to explain how I go about either planning, packing, different tips and tricks I've learned just from, whether it be living in hostels, whether it be just traveling in general. So I'm going to make a series of videos that are going to just be talking about traveling and backpacking. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to get into the 3 steps that I usually take before I embark on my trip or adventure or whatever I'm doing. And these 3 steps have definitely helped me out when organizing any kind of trip I'm going on. So step number 1 is just the internet is your best friend. Like the resources you can find on the internet are absolutely absurd. And I hate to break it to you, but the trip you're probably planning on going on has been done before. You're not going to be the first person to do exactly what you're doing. And the fact of the matter is that there are so many people who have gone on the trip you're about to go on and have written about it, or blogged about it, or vlogged about it, made some kind of itinerary online that you can check out to kind of compare and contrast your interests to the itineraries that people have already created. So for example, I'm in Thailand right now and I wanted to do 2 weeks in Northern Thailand. I literally just searched 2 weeks in Northern Thailand and I got about 100 blogs or videos just showing me exactly the itinerary I could do and I could tailor to my own interests while I'm here in Northern Thailand. So yeah, use the internet. Use the internet to your advantage, because I guarantee you there's someone out there who has done the trip that you want to go on and they have something that you should be able to read or something that you can learn from their past experiences. Reading other people's reviews on what they liked and didn't like and what they kind of recommend will really help you plan your trip out. So by searching 2-week itinerary in Northern Thailand, you can get a multitude of things that people will recommend to you, such as elephant sanctuaries, or different scooter loops to do, or different towns to visit, temples to see. The options are endless, the recommendations are endless. So really take advantage of using the internet as an online tool. So with that being said, step 2 actually is not using the internet, but instead is asking people in person. So I find that whenever you go to a new place, when you actually get there, say you're checking into a hotel or a hostel, asking the front desk concierge or people who you are traveling with, who are around you, about what to do and what not to do, especially right when you get there, really helps you plan out your trip. And I'm saying that because I've had so many of my trips just completely 180 because of what one person will tell me to do when I get to that new spot. So for instance, I was never planning on doing the scooter loop that I did for the last 6 to 7 days. I had never even heard of it until I got to my hostel in Bangkok and people were talking about it. I never saw anything online about it, but when you're traveling, you are with so many like-minded people who are doing the exact same thing as you. You kind of find a community of people that you can trust and share itineraries, experiences, recommendations. So basically use the people around you to your advantage, because most of the time they're doing pretty much the exact same thing that you're doing or want to be doing, or they've already done it and can recommend you, a good coffee shop or a good temple to go check out. I will pretty much always, if I'm staying in a hostel or a hotel, ask the concierge exactly what to do depending on what my interests are that day. They are locals, they will know much better than you, or honestly even better than the internet, because things always change in the city. So for instance, right now here in Thailand, or in Chiang Mai, I am going to be going to the Lantern Festival, and I had no idea where to go to view the Lantern Festival, and I couldn't really find that much stuff online, to be honest. And by asking the concierge or the front desk people, they were able to tell me, based on this year's Lantern Festival, the best place to go and check out. So I really took advantage of that, and I highly recommend you doing the same when you go to your new accommodation in the new city. And my 3rd step I usually take before I embark on a trip is I will use Google Maps. So Google Maps is a very, very powerful resource to use when planning an itinerary or planning out a trip, because there is this thing called offline maps where basically you can download an offline version of the city that you're going to and can take that pretty much anywhere with you. You don't have to have data or service. Your phone has an internal GPS where you can take that and save locations on the map. So for instance, I'm here in Chiang Mai right now. Before I came to Chiang Mai, I actually used Google Maps and just typed in tourist attractions just to see approximately where all the places I would want to go to. And that also helped me book my accommodation when I arrived to Chiang Mai based off of where all the tourist attractions I wanted to check out were. Because you don't want to be too far from the center or too far from the places you actually want to check out. So yeah, using Google Maps is very, very important because one, you don't need a SIM card, you can have it offline. And two, it kind of gives you a feel of where everything is in the city that you want to check out. So the other really cool thing about Google Maps is that you can actually also look at reviews from people who have been there and check out their Google reviews to see if it's actually something that you want to go and see or if it's worth it. Depending on how many reviews or how many stars the attraction or the temple or wherever you're going to has could help determine whether it's worth seeing it or the best time of the year to go check it out is. So reading those reviews also gives you a good idea about whether or not it's worth it. Okay, and my last bonus tip that I'm gonna give you guys is just don't plan everything to a T. Leave room for spontaneity. I always say that having a loose plan is the best plan because I guarantee you no matter where you go, your plans will always change. Like for example, I had no idea I was gonna be in Chiang Mai in Northern Thailand for this long. I never heard about the Lantern Festival being this time of the year. I never heard about the Mai Hong Son Loop, which I just did with two guys I met. You know, if I would have planned my trip to a T and booked a flight or accommodation well in advance, I would have felt the urge to, you know, take that flight to go down to, you know, say Krabi, where I'm supposed to be right now. But actually the weather down in the south of Thailand is awful, so I decided not to go there, so here I am. You know, if I would have actually booked that flight in advance to save a little bit of money, I would be in horrible weather, thunderstorms, rain, whereas now I'm in beautiful Chiang Mai and the weather's perfect and I'm absolutely enjoying it. So my biggest recommendation is just don't plan everything to a T. If you need to plan some things like tickets or flights that, you know, get super, super expensive, then yeah, go ahead and do that. But I guarantee you, no matter what, you will always change your plans when you get to that new spot because people will recommend you to do different things. You will find that the people that you meet while you're traveling as well will tend to change your plans a lot, which always happens to me. So yeah, just don't plan too much in advance, especially in a place like Thailand or anywhere in Southeast Asia. Getting around is quite easy and it's usually super cheap. By booking something, you know, months or weeks in advance, it will probably not be that much cheaper than if you booked it 2 or 3 days before. Okay, so those are the 3 steps that I usually take when I'm trying to plan out my itinerary for any trip I'm going on. I hope you like these new series of videos I'll be releasing. There's a lot more that I want to kind of share with the experiences that I've had over the last couple of years just traveling. So yeah, if you like these, please give me a like and subscribe if you already haven't. Thank you for listening and watching, and I'll catch you next time.